Michael Landon didn't allow any a-holes on Little House on the Prairie set. Actress. Before Melora Hardin starred in The Office, she headed to the Prairie. The actress, who got her start in Hollywood as a child, auditioned for Little House on the Prairie when she was 9 years old. She was later cast in an episode to play Belinda, one of Albert Ingalls, Matthew Labiorto's classmates. The 57-year-old, who has recently launched a collage-style wallpaper line, Storyboards by Melora Hardin, has fond memories of helping to bring the hit series to life. She told Fox News Digital that Michael Landon, who starred as beloved patriarch Charles Ingalls and directed the series, was revered on set by the fellow Prairie kids. Michael Landon made everyone feel safe, she recalled. He trusted in us and we trusted in him. He was protective of us. And I think that was one of the most important lessons I learned early on in Hollywood. Surround yourself with the people who make you feel safe. I've always said that acting and making movies and TV are one of the greatest team sports around, she shared. And I believe Michael Landon was my first example of that. I learned from him right away. And it just felt amazing to be around people who made you feel safe to be a fool in front of, to fail in front of. As a performer, especially that young, it felt good to not feel constantly judged or challenged. It's about working with great collaborators and not tolerating a-holes, she said. He didn't have any a-holes on set. And I think that's super important. If you feel safe, then you can do great work. Hardin had already been working for a long time already in show business when she joined Little House. But Landon was different, she shared. I worked with people who weren't quite as nice as he was, said Hardin. We had school on the set, and it was just so much fun to have other kids in school with you, working with you. A lot of times I would be doing a movie or something, and I'd be the only kid in the room, Hardin continued. I'd be the only one in the classroom with the set teacher. And it was such a joy to have other kids when you got to be in class with them and then work with them. That was joyful. We would also play games. It was a really fun way to be a child actor. It was certainly a highlight. Hardin revealed that from the moment she walked on set, Landon was so warm. He worked great with kids, she gushed. He really knew how to make us feel comfortable. He would let us do our thing. He wasn't a meddling director. He was very joyful. He had a long-time relationship with his crew and he surrounded people he really trusted. So it was seamless. He was just joyful. I never felt he was stressed. Maybe he was working behind the scenes, but I never felt it as a kid. He just seemed to be having a great time. Everybody seemed to be smiling in my world as a young kid. Hardin also instantly bonded with Labiorto's 58. I remember during my first audition, we had to do this flashback sequence of us dancing together, she recalled. I was a dancer. I started dancing at 5. I was very serious about ballet. He was not yet cast as Albert, but he was cast as a young Charles Ingalls. We danced together, and he later told me he really wanted me to get the part because I didn't step on his toes like the other girls did. Hardin returned for the 1983 TV movie Little House. Look back to yesterday. She played a new character, Michelle, who was Albert's love interest. They shared their first on-screen kiss. We both had a crush on each other, she said. It was an incredibly sweet moment. I think it was something that we were both nervous about and we both enjoyed it. That's a forever memory for me. And we became best friends. He's my youngest daughter's godfather. It was a wonderful, fortuitous moment in our lives. Little House on the Prairie concluded after 9 seasons in 1983. Landon passed away in 1991 at age 54 from pancreatic cancer. It was a somber time for the cast. I was still so young when he died, but I remember we were all sad, she said. But I was just so happy that I had that time with him, that time we shared on set, and the creative experience we shared. I got to witness what a lovely person he was. I will always remember him like that. Today, Hardin has been keeping busy with her wallpaper line. My interest in art started really young, she explained. My dad's an actor and an artist. And I think I learned very young from him that, yes, you can be an actor, but it's also really important to have other things you're passionate about. And I've been passionate about art, and I've always been passionate about collage. I don't think I was ever a great artist. I tried painting, but it didn't spark me in the way that collage does. When I made my first film, I realized that collaging is sort of what you did in the editing room, she shared. It all goes together. I'm